Hey guys, James Walkup with TurnkeyInvest.com and Foundation Property Management. If you don't know about our in-house property management company, I want to get to know you and manage your properties here in Memphis, Tennessee. I want to be your boots on the ground for all things real estate related. Most of my clients are thousands of miles away and they need somebody looking out for their best interest. That's me and my team. So if you have any properties in Memphis that are not managed by Foundation Property Management, you would like to talk to us about increasing your bottom line and having my team look over your properties as if I owned them myself, then let's get on the horn and talk about that. So stay tuned for this upcoming video, which is me and a client in Colorado who decided to make the switch over to Foundation Property Management and wouldn't look back. Thanks so much and have a great day. Okay, so I'm here with my buddy Dave. Dave, thanks for joining me today. I appreciate it.
Thanks, James, for having me.
So guys, Dave is a client of ours here at Foundation Property Management. We met in 2017 and you and your wife came to Memphis for one of my tours, bought a bunch of properties.
Yep.
At that time, I didn't have a management company opened and somebody else was managing them, but then you transferred them over to Foundation Property Management a little over a year ago.
Yep.
How was that process of transferring from the other management company to here? Was there anything that was hard about the transfer or anything that you looking back would have wished you'd have known about transferring the properties?
No, it was especially on your side of the transaction, it was extremely seamless and painless. It was clunky with the firm that we left, which is one of the reasons we were, wanting to explore other opportunities for management. So there was just too much clunky.
Well, I named this company Foundation Property Management because I had been through 3 management companies before owning a management company who are managing my properties. And I was like, man, property management is just the foundation of whether this works or not. And so everything we've done has been to make our rental owners like you and your wife succeed and the bottom line to be affected in a positive way. Let me ask you about repairs on your properties since you transferred them over here almost 2 years ago and turn cost. Have you seen a difference there?
A big difference. And then truthfully, we weren't doing as good a job as we needed to do as the owners of paying really close attention to what was happening. And that would be my advice to anybody who was owning property is you gotta know your numbers. You got to be looking at those reports every single month. And once we started to do it, that's when we went, wait a minute, what the heck is going on here? Like all these charges and these expenses and double charges and, something that got fixed 3 months ago is now something that's getting fixed again. And so it was just, it got really frustrating but it's shame on us for not paying closer attention to it. But at the same time, just since that's happened, we've not had, the expenses are way better. The expenses are obviously what they ought to be. I guess that's the right way to do it. It's okay, these are normal expenses, right? So it's not, so it's just been a much cleaner, efficient process for us.
Well, good. We truly live and die by, I manage properties for you and my other friends I manage properties for as if I owned them myself. And you're in the industry. You're a mortgage banker in the Colorado area and you know what things cost. So you know how it should run. And not everybody has the ability, to know all those things. So what I was hearing from you though, is you previously in your last experience, you weren't managing your manager good enough.
That's true.
Well, here's what I'd say. It is not your job to manage me. Hopefully, I am doing such a good job that you don't have to manage your manager. There's whole courses built that people pay to go to about managing your property manager. That is pitiful. So I tell my team this all the time. If our clients have to manage us, why the heck are they paying us? You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a really, I never thought about it from that perspective, but you're 100% right. Why am I having to manage you when I'm paying you to manage my property? You're right. That's an excellent point. But it goes to my point of, I would have probably made the decision much sooner had I been paying attention. And so I don't think that I don't want to have to manage you. I don't want to babysit. This is driving me crazy. Why am I paying? I might as well do it and save the money. And so I don't want to do it, and I want to have it. I want the property to work that way. So yeah, you bring up an excellent point. Why do you have to manage the manager?
You know, when I talk to a lot of people about this, and I never, tell people, hey, why don't you bring your properties over here? It's organic. They ask me, James, could you? And the biggest hesitation.
That's exactly how this happened for us. If I'm not mistaken, my wife picked up the phone and going, hey.
Well, you'd probably agree with this. She said, you're going to manage my properties now, James. She told me I was going to. But the biggest hesitation I see people is they don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. They don't want to hurt their current property manager who's overcharging them, not getting back to them, or whatever the instance is. They don't want to hurt their feelings. It was as easy as an email. Your wife sent one email, CC'd me on that email. The process started. Then we proactively reached out to all of your residents and made sure they knew that they were taken well care of. There's just a new person you're paying the rent to, a new person that's going to take care of these properties for them, and we went out and met them each individually, shook their hand. So the process of transferring can be tedious, or a lot of people can get a little scared about it. But if the property manager who's taken over has a game plan that is executed properly, it can be a great thing for everybody. Get your renters on the right level of what's expected. You have to pay your rent on time. You have to take care of this property. So what advice would you give somebody that's considering moving to Foundation Property Management, but hasn't made that jump yet?
Pick up the phone. Yeah. If you feel like I suspect I'd be right about what I'm going to say here. I don't know. But if you think you might have a problem, you probably have a problem. And there are other solutions. And that's what I would tell people is like, well, if James, talk to James and shoot the email over, because it's been a much better experience. The ROI has improved, and it's been everything that we expected it to be to begin with. So it's been great.
Well, thank you, Dave. I appreciate your time.
All right, man.